This is the Negro Ninja, and today I'm going to let y'all hear a Reddit story that more or less is parallel to all this weird shit that I say be happening with the gang stalking and all those rainbow zombie spiritual attacks that I was going through for a minute. Okay. And this happened to a woman, but she does not know that this is a spiritual attack that she's under. And they're basically trying to use, a man to lure her into the dark side. Okay. Now, what makes this crazy is women and straight men basically parallel each other, which is kind of strange. Okay. And that's why women, that's why they're like the ultimate betrayers when you stop to think about it. Okay. Hoes got to be cautious around the dudes around them. We got to be cautious around the dudes around us. Because a nigga trying to fuck a hoe, a nigga might be trying to fuck you. I'm like, hold on, I don't do that gay shit. Watch out. Okay. It's the same thing. And then they act like they cannot understand your frustration with being hit on by dudes. So usually when you complaining to a hoe about rainbow zombies coming at you, okay, they would usually show no remorse and say, now you understand what girls go through. And she already proven that she ain't about shit for saying that. Okay. She already proven that she ain't about shit for saying that. Because you got to think about the Bible. Women in the Bible would sacrifice themselves for a man's masculinity. Okay. Like when Lot was like, no, don't, you can't have these men. Take my daughters, they're virgins. The daughters would have gave themselves willingly just to protect those dudes. Okay. Just like that, what was it? Judges 19 and 20. When I think the Judites went to war with the Benjamites because 12 niggas came trying to snatch this stranger up out the house. They wanted him. And the dude who he visited said, no, y'all can't have him. Take his concubine. She gladly offered herself up. She wanted to protect, the dude's masculinity. So don't take this shit lightly when hoes act like it's no big deal when dudes coming at you. Okay, that should infuriate a woman as a woman. Okay. These hoes ain't shit. Okay. They ain't shit. But this woman more or less is going through something similar in the story. Okay, and I'm going to break it down to you. Okay. So basically the thread is really about people that lost interest in a crush and what made them lose interest.
Was always bullied and stuff.
Oh, wait. Okay, so let me read the part y'all didn't hear. So basically she said that she was assaulted and he did nothing to protect her, nothing to defend her. Hold up. Find this. Didn't defend me when his friends tried to assault me, just laughed with them. Now, that's essentially what the hoe is doing right there. She laughing. Oh, they coming at you. Now, you know how we feel. Very disrespectful, very disgusting. Okay, so that means she's a part of that shit. Okay, but let's listen to this woman's story and draw parallels.
With them, this is the long version of the story. I have never been popular, was always bullied and stuff. One of the things people told me was that I was a prude, because I never had a boyfriend at that point. Apparently, some of my classmates got inspired by that and started a bet. Whoever could do me in, a slang word in my language that can mean anything from making out to sex, would win.
Okay, now you see what just happened. Okay, she's different. Not popular. Okay, why is she not popular? Because she don't fit in. And that's what they'll do when you don't fit in. They always bullying and they're just doing stupid shit. They just harass you. Okay. And, she's a prude because she's not doing the wild stuff they doing. She never had a boyfriend at that moment. Like they'll look at a straight man and say, is he really as straight as he seems? And this right here inspired them to test this woman. Okay. They made a bet to see who could get to her first. Okay.
Every contestant put in a certain amount of money. At the height of the contest, it was about €100. That would be their prize.
They got a lot riding on this shit. And this is crazy because it's funny because when I was talking about the harassment with my relatives and stuff, and some of my bros, they all said the same thing. I was like, yeah, man, they're just the devil's people doing an assignment. The devil's basically telling them they're going to get something big if they could take down the mighty. If they want to take down God's people, And, like I said, in 2020, they really, like, it was already bad if you've been following me over these years. But 2020, like, at the beginning of this shit, this shit here was crazy. Okay. Neighbors and everything. Every last person over here retarded. Okay. And they got a lot riding on this. They think that they're going to be blessed by the devil if they can corrupt you and take you down and destroy you. Okay. So in this story, they're using this girl's crush. Okay, and once again, this is the opposite sex for her. Just like how they use the opposite sex to try to get to the man.
All of a sudden, I was invited to popular parties. People tried to make me drink. Random people started talking to me, flirting, groping. More and more people became aware of the bet, so even people I'd never talked to or who were complete strangers to me started to hit me up.
So you have to wonder, because like I said, as far as she can tell, everything was very stagnant. Now all of a sudden stuff just opening up. Like these people are essentially just being triggered. This is really just like the Matrix. They, like I said, like it reminded me of that warehouse story. Everybody just all on you. They just looking and then they talking and stuff. They're not talking to you, but they talking about you. Remember, she said she was never popular, but she was always bullied and harassed, basically. So clearly, she is popular, more popular than she think. Okay. This is crazy out here. Okay. And it's like people that like to try to talk shit about men that be talking shit about hoes. Yeah, that ain't never happened to me. She just give me the pussy because you're an idiot. So she not finna try to break you down like that. And like I be telling people, the easier it comes to you, the more you got to be cautious about it. Because like what's happening right here, doors are just opening up. And she being invited to parties and people talking to her that never talked to her and shit. You have to wonder why people are approaching you. Okay, like I say, it may be good to want a woman to approach you, which I still advocate. But I got proof to that even though they approach you don't mean that they got good intentions. Half the time they approach me, they be energy vampires. Just like all my fair weather friends. They became my friends by hitting me up. Hey, man, you a cool nigga. And they ain't got no good intentions. They just fair weather friends, just energy vampires. Okay, you have to wonder why stuff, it's like I said in the last video, sometimes conversations with a bitch, you don't even have to try because, she's trying to pull you into something devious anyway. So just think about that. And like I said, it's going to go from a time to where, you see how this is a time to where talking shit about hoes is popular. It's going to get to the point where people talk about how to beat hoes up off of them, how to get this bitch off me. Because they're going to be coming at you like kamikaze in a minute. Because them hoes and the rainbow zombies work in sync. Like the rainbow zombies coming at niggas all aggressively like kamikaze, that's how the hoes going to be. The rainbow zombies is desperate because the time for end is near. They're trying to take as many people with them as possible. Okay, and they, like I said, they're using the hoes, but just watch how they're going to try to use the hoes in the future. Okay, especially when God make men like gold or whatever, like what that scripture say.
It was weird. I was still in the dark about the bet and I didn't get why some guys, sometimes even girls, wanted to hang out with me or wanted to see me drink. Luckily for me, I don't drink.
Come hang out with us. Come take some of these spirits trying to peer pressure this woman. Okay, that's what narcissists do. Okay. Trying to weaken her mind with alcohol so she can be easily influenced. That's how niggas take bitches out to drink. Okay, buy me this drink. And they spit game to her. Come on. Like I told y'all, the act of dating is satanic.
But it was all very uncomfortable.
And she don't know what the fuck is going on, but she feels something is not right.
My crush and I went on a school trip together with the rest of our year, and all of a sudden things get out of hand.
Now, once again, people that she never would have thought about. So, like I said, doing all this rainbow zombie harassment and gang stalking, it'd be people that you would swear is the straightest person on earth be a part of the shit. They just get, just out of nowhere, they just turn on the rainbow zombies. Okay, like how she said that even some girls came to her. Like that's not something that she would ever expect. Because you don't really hear women complaining about rainbow zombies like that.
People groping me now. The supervision of the teachers is half gone. People trying to ask me if I ever kissed someone. The most scary experience was when a couple of guys cornered me in the park and told me, very detailed, how they wanted to have sex with me. Some of them were my classmates. Some of them were friends of my crush. One of them was my crush.
Damn.
You can imagine how scared I was as a 15-year-old.
Them demons is on that woman hard. Okay, they is on her like white on rice. Okay, and then they all coming at her being nosy. That's what narcissists do. All up in your grill. Have you done this? You got a wife, you got a girlfriend, this, that, and this. And then rainbow zombies slick touching you, you know, with handshakes and shit. I'm like, ugh. Or they'll just be over. I'm like, that ain't necessary for you to do that to get my attention, you know, or just other little shit that make you want to punch them in the throat. Okay, so she's really going through it, and she still does not know this is a spiritual attack.
No adults in sight, only me and these 10, 16-year-olds. I was hoping my crush would defend me. He was a nice guy, never laid a hand on anybody, always friendly, but he just laughed. They were...
Like I said, that's what them hoes do. Okay, but every time I look around, like, you know, from the man's perspective and shit, you will always have the hoe defending people from you. Don't talk about that person. That's my friend. That's my cousin. This, you know, they'll do that type of stuff. Now, that's no excuse. Okay, if she can do that, then she can go balls to the wall for you. Okay, who gives a fuck about the status quo? Because a woman goes about how she feels. So if she finds it scary to go through if she think it's scary to go against the status quo, this bitch ain't righteous. Okay, now like I'm saying, if you complaining about rainbow zombies coming at you, and then she say that love is love or whatever, tell her that you want a woman that's younger. Oh, I'm 30 and I want an 18-year-old. You want an 18-year-old? They'll call you a pedophile for wanting an 18-year-old. God help you if you say, shit, I want it to be like the Bible. You know, like in the Bible, they was marrying 13. Say something like that. Okay, and either way it go, you get the same response, but she gets slightly more heated when you go that deep. Okay, and it's like the devil just come in her. That, like I said, them hoes be, man should not want a child. I'm like, who the fuck says something about a child? You making it sound like somebody talking about a 5-year-old. Don't play with me. This is how they try to do themselves. They tell themselves some shit. You know, and if you look at women when they be in that rant, look at their eyes. Tell me if I'm lying. Don't it seem like they kind of just projecting some shit? It's weird. Kind of remind me of them niggas in those weird conspiracy videos. The what they be talking about handlers standing behind people and how that person be acting in front and shit. Okay.
Telling me how they would rape me and he laughed. It took...
Just like rainbow zombies being on social media talking about how they would rape dudes in the bathroom.
2 more months before another girl had the courage to tell me what was going on. She used the word doing, and I was too flustered to ask if she meant the light version or all the way. When I told the teachers about the bet, about all the people who were involved, about how no one told me anything about it, not even the girls, they told me I had no proof, was imagining things again and that boys will be boys with hormones. What can we do about that?
They'll say rainbow zombies will be rainbow zombies. Once again, they'll say, look at you. You're a very approachable man. And you are handsome. Like I said, they can only tell you compliments, okay, when they're trying to lure you in. You know, just accept it. Well, you are handsome. Like, they're supposed to make you like gay people or something. Like, bitch, I know I'm handsome. Okay. I'm not that type of handsome. Okay. Don't play with me like that. Okay. I appeal to women. Do not play with me. So, he's out. Like I said, they'll just withhold shit from you. And then, like you just so thirsty for the compliment that it's going to make you go to the dark side. Get the fuck up out of here. I should punch. Boy, I swear. All right, let's see. And she had no proof is what they said. And that's what people would tell you when you're trying to tell them these stories. I'm being harassed by this dude. He keep following me. Can you prove that he's following you? And you can't, like, if you take pictures and the dude keeps standing behind you and stuff, they may or may not do nothing. Usually they'll still kind of turn the other eye, turn the other cheek to it and act like they don't see the shit. Okay. You paranoid. You just delusional. Okay, now, this is what people tell me, and you know when they watching my shit anyway, because they inferior and they ain't got the mental capacity to understand what spiritual attacks are. Okay, but that's how they do you. Okay, and it's always you gotta watch people. Where's your proof? That's how you know they're a narcissist. Okay, they all in this shit together. Those people that she complained to ain't no different than the motherfuckers harassing her. And like I said, with this gang stalking and harassment shit, these are just people lusting over you a lot of times. They all want to fuck you. This shit here is not, I'm telling you, like being in that gym. Okay, the last time I was there, I had to stop going. I was like, now all the rainbow zombies following me into the locker room. It went to the point where I got changed in that room to where you get the air massage a lot of times. I'm like, yeah, I don't play that shit. The whole neighborhood was trying to fuck this girl.
It all stopped when I got a boyfriend that very summer, who was 5 years older than me and would later turn out to be an abuser. He looked like he was 30 though, so I guess most of the guys got too scared to lay a hand on me. But yeah, that's how my crush lost my interest.
Okay, and it's funny how after all that, she gets somebody that's not about shit. And like I said, I suspect that this woman that's actually writing this might not be a bad chick. Okay, her boyfriend that she ended up with was a spiritual attack. He turned out to be an abuser. So she going through all that, and then she gets somebody, and he turns out to be a dick. I'm telling you, man. And I'm pretty sure that the way she met him was weird, but she just didn't tell the story. Okay, she just ain't telling the story, but she up on the spiritual attack. Okay, I'm gonna have to pray for this woman that wrote this Reddit. Okay, but I just found that was a very interesting story because I found a lot of parallels to the bullshit that I was going through. Okay, these people got a lot riding on your downfall, and they just come together. Like I said, if people not talking to you, they talking about you. And people be like, why do people think they so important? If somebody tell you that, they most likely people that do that type of shit I'm talking about. Because why would you have to say something like that? Okay, because I have never thought that to myself. Like, why makes this person think they so important? Because I know people do that shit because they always fucking with me. Okay, but that's all I got to say for this rant. And this has been the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.